Hello, hello. All right, Ophiuchus, welcome back. Ophiuchus, just FYI, I'm going to be away for just a little bit of time. So on tomorrow, the day after, and the day after that, so basically this weekend, you will see that I have pre-recorded some videos. Most of them will have this backdrop, but I did something a little bit different for while I'm away. In those pre-recorded videos, particularly like the bonus ones, I pull a card for each zodiac at the end. So just FYI. And then on Sunday, you'll notice I'm releasing a video series that was previously only available to members, but I'm releasing it to everyone. And it's about the greatest and highest good for each character. And so every zodiac has a much longer segment. It's like a 2-hour-long two-parter. So look for a couple of different Ophiuchus messages throughout these next several days. In fact, I guess technically more Ophiuchus messages than I would normally get out in a week, but some of them are real short and then some of them are a little bit longer. So just keep that in mind. Watch for those on the channel and just know I will be back on Sunday night. So what's a message from, in this case, the guide? We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. By the way, happy 10/10 portal. That is today as I'm recording this. I'm just about to take off, just about to leave. I love the fact that we have work on the things that will yield actual results. So sometimes we work on stuff just for fun. Sometimes we pour energy into things that are just going to frustrate us because we're in a karmic cycle. This message from the guide says, work on the things that actually yield results. It almost like Ophiuchus deserves to have success. They deserve to have, reciprocity. They deserve to have like financial gain. They deserve all those things. So work on the things that are going to yield that. 2 of Swords. If there is something that is blocked, evaluate, why is it blocked? Is it blocked because it's not for me? Or is it something that I just need to put a little bit more energy into? Or do I need to approach it in a slightly different manner? I think that's what the message says to my eyes anyway. Queen of Cups, Page of Swords. Sometimes, and I'm just going to go ahead and go with what it looks like to me. I almost think that one of the things to learn or to understand is that the reason sometimes an avenue is blocked to us is because that's just not our path. We're not the Queen of Cups. What we can learn by watching another person and seeing how their life is going, instead of saying, what is it that I'm failing at? Or should I do exactly what they're doing? The answer is a big fat no. No, we shouldn't do what they're doing. We can admire how somebody else does something, but it comes natural to them. That doesn't come natural to us because our gifts, our talents, our skills are different. So develop our own uniqueness instead of saying, well, I guess that's the formula I'm supposed to follow. No, just because a Queen of Cups is over here doing stuff that they like, or they seem to love what they're doing, trying to figure out like, why do they love that? I mean, or why is that working for them? Sometimes that's wasted energy, because it wouldn't work for us because we simply are not that person. We're not going to do it that way. We don't want to do it that way. And I think that that's such a great message, because now instead of saying, okay, this person is so much more successful, how are they doing it? What are they doing? Let me just, carbon copy what they're doing. Our Ophiuchus has their own gifts and skills and talents. They have so much to offer that is uniquely their own. It says their life won't look like this Queen of Cups. And maybe the Queen of Cups is deceptively like elegant in the way they do everything, and everything is perfect and smells good and it's perfumed and it's blah, blah, blah. And she always has this perfect smile on her face and everything looks so brilliant. But instead of saying like, I don't know, I'm going to investigate. Is she really that happy? I want to see either how she's doing it, how she makes it look so easy, or why it works for her, or if she's full of crap. And this says it doesn't behoove our character to waste any time trying to pour energy into understanding somebody else. Rather, pour energy into one's own self and one's own skill set, because this Ophiuchus is deeply talented. Their life, their personality, their looks, don't compare anything about, I feel like looks might be a big component of this, to be honest. I think that Ophiuchus may have, maybe they're like, for example, she has like an edgier, more sleek way to dress. This Ophiuchus might have more of a, let's say we've got, just for example, like a more rocker, bad boy, kind of edgy, maybe, well, she comes across, the Queen of Cups comes across as like very floofy, like the hat is feathers and, everything is just a little bit, maybe one is more feminine, girly, soft, and the other one is more sexy, like I'm thinking Joan Jett sexy, Or I could use this also because it comes to mind, dogs. Like I happen to be a cattle dog person. That's what I was raised with. That's if you look at the body of a cattle dog, they're pure muscle. They're these stumpy little legs, and they've got a deep chest, and they're low to the ground, and they're complete muscle. They are not greyhounds. They are not built the same way. And when you look at, all dogs are wonderful, of course, but when you look at the different dogs, like their physique is so different, and it's more like a greyhound cannot become a cattle dog. They're not built for it. They're not suited for it. My cattle dog, as fast as he is, he's not a greyhound. He's not built for that. He's a cattle dog. He's strong. It's a whole different body mechanics, whole different shape, whole different mentality, and they don't act the same either. So know that I'm meant for something else. So I can't even begin to compare myself to what somebody else looks like. Even if I dyed my hair, her hair color, I wouldn't look the same as her. Even if I started dressing in floofy clothes, you know what? It would still not suit me because I'm the sexy, edgy, vibe. I'm not really frills and poofy. That's just not who I am. It feels like not the message here is don't ever try to make yourself into somebody else's success because you have your own unique brand. Death card, major transformation. Instead, transform more fully into blossoming as you are. What is your identity? What is your calling? What is your style? What is your aesthetic? Blossom more fully into everything that you are. Whether this is masculine or feminine, doesn't matter, but blossom fully into who and what you are, because that's the secret to the 10 of Cups. You know what? I love this. I love the fact that it brings about the full-blown, our character is going to live a beautiful life. They're creating it as we speak. But one of the key components is their 10 of Cups is not going to be eating petit fours and crumpets at high tea in tea shops, even if it's like, well, but that person's always so well dressed. They seem to have a life of ease. They flit around and they go to luncheons and brunches and things like that. But you know what? If this Ophiuchus were to have to do that kind of stuff, I think they'd freaking hate it. They seem to be somebody who has, maybe they're a stamp collector, maybe they're a traveler, maybe there's somebody who needs to go out and experience life and get dusty and dirty. Maybe this Queen of Cups doesn't leave the confines of wherever the nearest afternoon salon is. Maybe they've never, ridden on a camel across the Sahara, and they would never want to because they'd get dusty. Whereas our Ophiuchus is like, are you kidding me? That sounds freaking fantastic. I want an adventurous life. I want to work hard. I want to sweat. I want to build something with my own hands. I want to do pottery and get my hands dirty. I want to grow a garden. I want to, invest in all these crazy adventures and have blisters on my hands. Whereas this Queen of Cups wouldn't do any of that. And that's not to say, ooh, she's so, floofy and doesn't belong. She couldn't probably handle the Queen of Pentacles life, and the Queen of Pentacles couldn't handle her life, because neither one of them would be happy being forced to do things that don't fit for them. So fully transforming and fully embracing what an individual genuinely wants, what's really right for them, that's what the big message is. Because that is the secret to having a genuinely happy life, is to first figure out who an individual is genuinely. So if Ophiuchus knows who they genuinely are, and sometimes it's good to look at other people's lives and be like, wow, I crave none of what they have, but they're really happy with that. And it reinforces how happy I am that I dress different, I talk different, I move different, I'm interested in different things. I realize my happiness is different than theirs. I love that message. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks so much for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Lots of love. Bye for now.